Welcome to the TwElf Days of Christmas, sponsored by Many Worlds Tavern. They're an online coffee shop that makes coffee for game night, and you can save 10% on your next order by using promo code MA10 during checkout. I've filled my D20 cat mug with their treasured realm, which I will happily sip as I count down my 12 favorite legendary elves in all of Magic. Today we're heading over to Ravnica to take a look at Momir Vig, the only elf to have a format named after him. A format in which I have died more than once to my own Belzenlock, but that's a story for another time. Momir was the leader of the Simic Combine, where his job was to preserve the overall health and well-being of all Ravnican life forms. But you know what? Preservation is boring, and Momir, he's a visionary, so he thought, why preserve when I can improve? So he went on to create the cytoplasts, little balls of goop that could transfer genetic information from one creature to another, which let him offer upgrades to everyone. Except almost nobody wanted them. Not to be bothered by something like lack of consent from the general population, Momir kept developing his cytoplasts, eventually creating a version that worked just by coming into contact with someone, whether they wanted it to or not. From there, he'd eventually attempt to use a little something called Project Crash to wipe Ravnica clean and give himself a blank canvas upon which to create new life forms of his own design. Fortunately, he was stopped before he could carry out that plan, but his format lives on in digital space, a gift that keeps on giving. Now, I'm not ranking these elves by lore. Instead, we're doing shelf, which just measures how much I'd want this elf to sit on my shelf for a month. In the case of Momir, his shelf score is 0. This guy is weird, he creeps me out, and he'd probably try to use his cytoplasts to transfer my mustache onto somebody else, which would be a terrible gift. So yeah, Momir, I appreciate your sense of vision, but you are a naughty elf, and you don't get to sit on my shelf. Come back tomorrow for the second of our TwElf Days of Christmas, and join in the fun by visiting Many Worlds Tavern to get some coffee for your next game night.